Hello, I'm your host, Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, you're last. We'll be looking at an issue that first popped up in 1970 in the form of a restrictor plate when the race cars of Nascar first started doing 200 miles an hour at the super speedways. This was too fast for those skinny tires and the drum brake tech of the time, so a restrictor plate was introduced to the carburetor intake to restrict airflow and horsepower, lowering their speeds at super speedways. This went away in 1975 when limits to engine displacement size were made, negating the need to continue with them. It wasn't until 1987 that we would see them again after Bobby Allison took out a huge section of fencing at Talladega, where thankfully nobody died. I think Baby Jesus must have been in the stands that day, tell you what. It was close. Anyhow, restrictor plates were back after that and still haven't left. They have evolved into a tapered spacer design as fuel injection was introduced in 2012 to restrict airflow to the manifold the same way the carburetor did for the 4-barrel carbs that the cars ran prior. As the NASCAR car of tomorrow has evolved into the safest car in motorsports, it's time to ask, is this the right deal for the racers and the fans? Should we continue with the tapered spacer? Or can we let the big dogs hunt? We decided to ask people what they thought on this topic. What is your earliest memory of restrictor plate racing?
Restrictor plate racing, that was back in the early 2000, that was around 2007, 8, 9 when the restrictor plates came in. It may have been a little earlier than that, but they did, only the super speedways had the restrictor plates.
You're going to have to remind me. I think I know.
I have never heard of displactor. Yes.
I have no clue about tapered spacers or restrictor plates.
Do you think NASCAR should ban the tapered spacer?
No.
Not enough information about NASCAR, but if they want a random opinion, I would say that whichever option would provide the most safety, because that can be a dangerous sport with how fast they can go at times.
I would say not particularly because that feels like a safety measure more than anything. And NASCAR is kind of dangerous, so I would rather them not ban that.
I'm not really a NASCAR fan. I follow championship air racing.
In conclusion, people think us racers can't drive or something. What the heck, man? This is horse.